Very quick, dirty, easy today, okay? You guys know most of the time training that we do is in these huddle sessions and in foundations and things like that is driven by what we're seeing you guys having issues with and trying to just lead turn those things. That's what today's topic is about, okay? And this is coming straight from the help desk. Help desk needs your help because we often have situations where you guys are trying to make changes to something in the MLS, specifically with regards to open houses. And typically when you need to make those changes is on the weekend. Guess who's not here on the weekend? The help desk. Okay, so you might need to know this information just so that you have a little bit of information, a little bit of know-how on how to make changes when you have to make them quick on the fly for your open house. Okay, so first off, how do you find your listings or any of the listings? Say it's not your listing that you're doing, but Claire's listing or Bob Clarkson's listing. First off, when you are in your main page of FMLS, if you don't have the My Listing section where it's highly visible, where's my, I don't have my pointer. The My Listings right there in the middle, that gives you things like your editable listings, your office listings. This is great. So I have a few more on here because I have broker access, but you should have My Office active listings right there. And you can pull up and you now see that we have 71 active listings within the brokerage right now today. So if you're doing an open house for Bob, you're going to be able to come in here and find Bob's listing. And in this case, I happen to know and had pre-done my information. Bob's listing for 1.14 at 120 Welford Trace is having an open house this weekend. Is anybody in here actually doing that open house? Do we know? Somebody could. I think it was on Workplace earlier this morning as needing somebody. Yeah. So here you have 120 Welford Trace, and notice the little windows down here. This one is the open house. That is the icon that tells you there is an open house scheduled for this property. And if you wanted more information on it, you would simply click on it here, and it's going to pull it up here, and then you're going to have to expand it just a little bit. And you can see, in this case, the open house is going to be on the 15th between, so what is that, Saturday? Between 11 and 2. It is a public, so in other words, it is open to the general public. It's not an agent open house or a broker open house, which is only other agents. Does anybody ever do those anymore? Why? Because they don't work. That's a nod to maybe the way real estate was done in the 90s or early 2000s. Broker open houses were very popular then. Not so much anymore, okay? Not in the age of the internet when your buyers can look at properties on their own. Easy enough. All right, so that's how you access the information as it exists now, but if you needed to make changes, if you were going to change the time frame or, Lord forbid, cancel the whole thing or anything along those lines, you would then come down to the edit button. Do you see the little pencil right here? You click there, and now that brings up the edit screen. I'm going to give a little plug to the help desk and say, I wouldn't necessarily want you to make broad brush changes in your listing input. The system allows you to make the broad brush systems changes to your input, but the help desk does a lot of that for you and can do it a lot easier and faster for you. But we also have some checks and balances that are put into place. For example, you talk to your client and you decide you want to reduce the sales price by $20,000. And you go in, make a quick edit change. If you were to send that to the help desk would probably tell you, you need to get something in writing from the client, from your seller before you change that sales price. If you just go in, make the edit change here without some kind of backup or background information, your client could eventually come back to you and go, wait a minute, you weren't supposed to change that. You're giving me offers that are $20,000 less. That's the check and balance, all right? But if you do need to make changes on your open house and something as simple as your open house, right there is your icon. And here you see the open house that is in there currently, 6:15. Say you're going to change this and you're going to make it go till 3 o'clock instead. Or you end up having to cancel the whole thing, or you want to change the remarks that are in here. But if you are right here, if you're going to cancel it, it says right here, do not use the delete button to remove an open house. Instead, use the cancel button and you can cancel. Or when it's done, you click the end it. It'll actually end after the time frame that you've got right here anyway. Okay?
How do you add, like, say, if they wanted to add another window?
It gives you a whole other one down at the bottom. So if there wasn't already one here, this would be what is there, and you would come in and specify, okay, we're going to do another one that is going to be a public one, and instead of the 15th, we're going to do it on the 16th. So we're going to do one Saturday and Sunday. Make sense? And it is literally that simple. You hit submit at the bottom. I'm not going to do this because I don't want to create another one for Bob, but I'm going to cancel my input. But it is just that simple. Manage open houses, make the quick and dirty change, and publish it at the end, and you're golden. Told you this was simple and easy. Any questions?
I just want to double check, and
Yep.
I think I know the answer. For an open house, you can't do an open house for coming soon. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct.
All right.
Coming soon is the status of coming soon can only be used for a limited period of time, and you cannot make any marketing efforts at all. You cannot allow the home to be shown. You cannot hold it open. You can't, basically, you are locked down until it is live on the market. And that is a control that is in place for good, valid reasons. Okay? All right, let's go to work.